In this issue of Fashion Classics, the year is 1995, when fashion saluted Tinseltown. Star-studded glamour was in the fashion news. Find out how Valentino made every woman a shining star. And it was a return engagement of Arpege perfume. Plus, meet the cover girl of 95, Mulder, sexier than any silver screen siren. And see if you remember the leading lady looks of that year. Join 7th Avenue at their Oscar night. And see why Richard Tyler was one of 95's leading men. It's the best of 1995, so stay tuned. Hooray for Hollywood! Hollywood has set the standard for glamour since its golden age. From silver screen idols to gala movie premieres, Tinseltown represents the stuff of dreams. And while more and more people were turning to the fashion world for entertainment, 1995 stylemongers were waxing nostalgic for good old Hollywood glamour.
I think it's a time for people to be more glamorous, to dress up more, to feel that they can be sophisticated and sexy.
I want to give to the world of fashion my glamorous girl, my glamorous woman, very feminine, very elegant.
Glamour is my favorite word. It was at once very glamorous and very put together, and at the same time it was about a woman who thinks more about other things besides clothes.
It's been very glamorous, and I like that. I like the femininity in the clothes that has come back. You know, it's just women looking like women, looking pretty, looking sexy. I think that's very nice.
It had to come back because people want fantasy in fashion. People want glamour.
Nothing epitomized the silver screen like the shine of satin. In everything from jeans to suits, for spring of 95, satin played a leading role on the runways. And the award for the best featured item of 1995 went to the slip dress. Loungewear made the transition from the dressing room to the street as 90s fashion continued to break the rules. Spoiled starlets may scream for attention, but it was the understated siren dress that made all the noise in 1995. Dressing up had finally returned as Hollywood glamour staged a major 90s comeback in 1995. There was one name on all the most glamorous lips in 1995.
Valentino.
Valentino always brings the magic of the silver screen to his runways, and 1995 was no exception. His leading ladies evoke the heyday of Hollywood glamour.
All the American film, they start to arrive in Europe, and you start to see all the films with Lana Turner, all those films that they were, and they make people and young people dreaming. And I start to love this sort of glamorous life, glamorous clothes, to see all the first dresses of Jean-Louis, the first dresses of Adrian, and I start to dream. I was a dreamer, and I realized, and I love beautiful things. I love the clothes.
Valentino's attention to detail and emphasis on perfection emulate the Hollywood ideal of the fantasy woman.
I want to give to the world of fashion my glamorous girl, my glamorous woman, very feminine, very elegant, and extremely. I gave, I think, with this collection, with a sort of homage to beauty, because especially the young girl. I don't know if there were lots of young girls in the audience. Maybe they don't know what is a beauty, what they are, what they look, the star. And I want to give this, being my girl, sensuous and beautiful like the movie star in the 50s and the 60s. I want to give to the body lots of importance, to make the waist very small, to give importance to the shoulders, to give importance to the bosom. And of course I did all this jacket quite open, very décolleté. And I think women, they love this. And of course, skirt to the knee, because very tight and very straight, because I think it's the new look with short jacket. And my ball gown, this is sort of reminiscence of Grace Kelly and maybe Audrey Hepburn in all those 60s films. Shiny, they are my paillette skirt that I do already for long time, and I brought it back in this collection with pastel color, with the sweater and ostrich feather. Just the girl, the model, they love all this, and it's feminine, it's glamorous.
Valentino, 1995. In 1927, Jean Lanvin, the woman who started what is now the oldest couture house still in existence, gave a present to her daughter that she shared with the rest of the world, a sophisticated floral fragrance called Arpege.
She hired a perfumer inside the Lanvin house, and she asked him to create the most beautiful fragrance ever for her daughter, and to use the most refined and rich ingredients in it. So that's how was created Arpege.
After an absence of 5 years, Arpege became available again in 1995.
We knew perfectly well that Arpege was one of the best classic ever, and it was a so big success in the past that we really feel that like a duty to restore this prestigious fragrance.
The formula and bottle changed in the 60s, but today the original formula of 60 natural ingredients in the famous black sphere returns.
One of the best things was when we received letters from all over the world, coming from all the Arpege consumers that tell us that they really find their Arpege back and all the emotion of their youth, in fact. And that proved the power of this fragrance to seduce women. The product itself is very exclusive and very rare. For instance, the bottle is a round-shaped bottle. It seems to be very simple, but it is the most difficult shape to work with, because any defect can be seen obviously. Among 100 of bottles, we throw half away because we want a standard of quality especially high.
Twelve women oversee the hand process in this factory outside of Paris.
Arpege is unique in Papago because
everything is still made by hand. So Arpege is for us the most difficult product to feel, and it requests a very high standard of quality.
The quality of Lanvin fashion also reigned supreme in 1995. At that time, Lanvin designer Dominique Morlotti kept in mind two key elements of Jean Lanvin's legacy: embroidery and fluidity.
He designed very famous tailleur, but you know, robe du soir, the fluidity, perhaps the fluidity, and I kept this in my collection since the beginning.
In 1995, Dutch supermodel Karen Mulder's movie star looks caused a media event every time she hit the runway.
I never thought I was pretty, really. I mean, it's only been a few years that people started saying to me that I was pretty. I mean, I never felt like I was a very pretty girl. It's fun. We have a lot of fun. I mean, it's hard work, but we have a lot of fun. I mean, every show you have to do a fitting, you have to be there hours before to prepare the hair and the makeup. I mean, sometimes you do 5-6 shows a day and you run from one to another, and it's pretty tiring. When I'm on the stage, I feel like I'm somebody else. I'm not me. I like to pretend I'm somebody else, because my personality is not like that, to be very, sexy, and I'm not like that. I mean, yeah, maybe, but I mean, not in front of everybody.
Color Silk. Add a touch of brilliant color.
But Revlon recognized Karen's star
shimmering
quality.
highlights. Color Silk. Between color treatments, Revlon's Color Silk Color Enhancing Conditioner brings your color back to life.
I think being sexy is something a person is or just isn't. I don't think it's something you can be. I don't know. You have to have it inside of you already. If you know, somebody that isn't sexy, you can put the most amazing outfit and everything, but still it's gonna be, you have to feel it. Otherwise, you cannot be sexy. You can put somebody in a garbage bag and look sexy, and some people, in a garbage bag look like garbage. I'm not a jealous person at all. I'm not. I mean, I try and do my best, and if it works, I'm very happy. If it doesn't, nothing I can do about it. My parents, they don't understand really what I'm doing. I mean, it's such a different life, but it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. Off the runway, I think I'm a happy person. I'm just me.
Superstar of 1995 and still today, Karen Mulder. In 95, everyone wanted to look like a leading lady.
Everyone's talking about glamour, and I think that the makeup really is leading the way on that whole glamour trend.
Makeup had more than just a supporting role on the runway for spring 95. Star makeup artists like Mary Greenwell, Kevin Aucoin, and Francois Nars weren't afraid to share their secrets.
It's glamour, but instead of a 40s glamour, it's more like a 30s. So it's like very dark, heavy eyes, and strong lips, like really dark raspberry lips. But very like glamorous Hollywood, 1940s. That's the inspiration for the makeup.
I think liner is coming back in quite a big way, but not in the 50s way, not in this sort of, not in that dodgy, not in the dodgy Vita way, but in a more natural way.
eyes are very smoky, the cheeks are very flush, and the lips are pale and glossy. Sort of a healthy, modern, glamorous look.
Although some women dismissed this trend as too much trouble, glamorous starlets agreed that making up wasn't so hard to do.
No one was bored with the no makeup grunge look, really. It's literally a contradiction to that. And it's wonderful. It's about time it came back.
It was 1995's most glamorous night in America. It was breathlessly anticipated by movie stars, music celebrities, and its famous nominees. And it wasn't the Academy Awards. 7th Avenue's answer to the Oscars, the CFDA Awards, rivaled the glitter of Tinseltown itself.
Clearly this is the American Fashion Industry's awards, but we think that the American fashion industry is international now.
It's bigger every year. More star-studded every year, and bigger every year, more exciting every year. It's amazing.
I think it's going to be a very exciting night, like all these CFDA award parties are. It's lots of fun. I think a lot of glamour. It's a time when we all have a little fun instead of hard work all the time.
I think this is turning into something of maybe similar to the Grammys or the Oscars.
I know it's been called the Oscars of the fashion industry a million times, but it's true.
It's about time they turn this into the Academy Awards. I think they probably will. It's the Academy Awards of fashion.
The presenters are more famous than the award winners.
While the crowd was in awe of the Hollywood and fashion royalty, there was only one true royal present, the late Princess Diana.
I never say anything like this. I guess it's because of the Princess of Wales.
I think it's just going to be a beautiful evening with happy thoughts and lovely fashions and the pleasure of seeing the beautiful Princess Diana.
I'm going to meet the princess right now, so I'm very excited about that.
It's the first time we have royalty attending, and having Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales here makes it exceptionally special.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm immensely proud to be here in New York tonight with you all, to be giving this award to a lady from my own country, who is also a dear friend, and whose talent and courage has been an inspiration to us all.
Thank you all so very, very much.
Honoring promising new talent as well as long-standing industry superstars, the CFDA Awards provided a fascinating glimpse into fashion's favorite faces of 1995.
It's been years of hard work, getting here, but we're just going to enjoy the evening.
A look back at an evening of Hollywood glitz and glamour, New York style. Now meet 1995's fashion media darling. He's since designed for Anne Klein and Biblos, but it's his signature line that's garnered rave reviews.
The tailoring is the most amazing, and the finishing. I mean, like this jacket I'm wearing right now, like even inside, the fabrics are beautiful.
Comfort and classic tailoring, really. That's definitely what it's all about.
He is a great tailor, and I think you can see it in his cuts, in his clothing.
Very sexy and very comfortable for women to wear.
Richard Tyler's a favorite, absolutely.
Richard Tyler has dressed the Hollywood set since he stopped over in LA while touring with rocker Rod Stewart. With only $100 in his pocket and a dream, Tyler found more than business success when he met his future wife and partner, Lisa Traficante.
I remember I've known Lisa since she was like 16, and I remember her saying she'd met this guy at this club, and he was just amazing, and she wanted to start this business with him, at the time it sounded crazy. It sounded like somebody who was, getting swept in by, something that she was going to regret. But it's amazing what happened.
I fell in love with him, and then as I got to know him and saw what he really wanted to do, it was something that I didn't think anyone else was doing. When I looked at the clothing he was doing, there was something very fine about it, and it seemed almost to frame a person and to allow them to be the least, you were the least distracted from who they were.
And it was Tyler's knack for understanding personality that earned him such fans as Julia Roberts, Janet Jackson, and Sigourney Weaver, not to mention 2 consecutive CFDA awards. Tyler is a tailor first. The son of a costume designer, he'd much rather sew and work with patterns than sketch. And it's widely declared that no one in America cuts a jacket quite like Richard Tyler.
I love very fitted jackets, and I don't like to hide a woman's body. I love to enhance a woman's body. I mean, why not? I mean, it's so beautiful. What a beautiful form to look at.
By 1995, Richard was dividing his time between the East and West Coasts, and it was fitting that for spring '95, he paid homage to the town that made him famous.
It's all about the silver screen in Hollywood. When I was in Australia, and my mother and father took me to the movies when I was a kid, that's all in Australia in the early 50s. We had nothing else. We just looked at American movies or English movies, and it was all about the time of glamour, and it has a lasting impression.
Richard returned to his roots in 1995 with his first full menswear collection.
I love doing men's. I started with men's, so it was great getting back and doing it again.
If he had no place to sell the clothing, if he had no one who needed a suit, he would still make clothing.
This is entertainment. It's a spectacle. It's grand entertainment. It's like, I don't know, it's like Hollywood mixed with a carnival.
Fashion is kind of like the new Hollywood, possibly because they're a little more, well, not all designers are accessible, but many of them are, and yes, they're stars.
It's always like how to look glamorous. Just feel happy, feel glamorous, feel beautiful, put a little bit of red lipstick, high heels, skirt, make your hair curly, glam, the Hollywood star.
The stars of 1995 from Fashion Classics.